Hello and welcome to Elecspo. Right, today we're playing Football Manager 2016 once again, and I'm going to go through all 24 teams at the European Championships and say who the strangest player is in each squad in the summer of 2021. Let's go. Italy, Bruno Fernandes. While in reality he's the penalty expert for Man United, the man who's taken the Red Devils back to their formerly kind of good heights. He's part of the Portugal team, he's one of the top players and part of an incredible squad, but on FM16 he's actually playing his international football for Italy. No, he's not Italian, but he did spend a lot of the early days of his career on Italian shores. He signed for Navarra in 2012, played for Udinese, and on this simulation in 2018 it completed a £24 million move to Porto. I mean, he's been great throughout this whole simulation, but it's Italy who've benefited most. Fernandes has played 24 times for Italy, getting himself 7 goals, and he's part of the Italy squad in 2021. Switzerland, Pacham Kasami. I mean, this one isn't too strange. Pacham Kasami for me is just a weird player. It always just makes us think of that incredible volley he scored against Crystal Palace, I think it was, and that's literally the only thing I can ever remember him doing. On this simulation he's playing in Greece, he's doing pretty good for Olympiacos. In reality I think he's back in Switzerland playing for Basel. He was in the Switzerland squad last year, but unfortunately for him he hasn't made it to the Euros, and incredibly he's only got a long shots rating of 13. Surely that should be 21, he's that good at them. Wales, George Williams. As you can see here on the Wales homepage, George Williams is one of Wales' top players. But he's a guy who just didn't live up to the hype. I'm sure back in the day when he was first breaking through at Fulham, when he was 17, 18 maybe, he was tipped to be a future star. FM16, he's okay for Fulham, but I mean they've been in the Championship the whole time. In reality, George Williams is now playing for Grimsby Town and is nowhere near the Welsh squad. But in this simulation, he's got 40 caps for his country, 3 goals, and he is wanted by... who's he wanted by? Swansea. A Welsh man's wanted by a Welsh club. How apt. I suppose Grimsby's not very near Wales at all, is it? Turkey, Kerim Fry. They were the alleged dark horses of Euro 2020, but instead they finished rock bottom of Group A and are going home early. And perhaps it's because they didn't have this guy, Kerim Fry. He's the strangest player in the Turkey team on FM16. And he's continuing a Fulham theme here. He's a third player in a row with a past at Craven Cottage. Here he's playing in England, he's playing for Norwich in the Premier League. In reality, Kerim Fry's had a bit of a strange career. He's back in Turkey now, playing for Karagümrük or something like that. Either way, he's nowhere near the Turkey team, who apparently aren't as good as everyone said they were before the tournament. Belgium, Divock Origi. It speaks volumes about Divock Origi that Michy Batshuayi and Christian Benteke can get in this Belgium squad, but this guy can't. Yet on FM16 he's there in the Red Devils squad, and he's actually a Real Madrid player. At Liverpool, he had one amazing season where he scored 18 goals, and somehow that's got him a move to Real Madrid. I mean, how on earth has that happened? £26.5 million signing for Real Madrid in 2020. That is absolutely laughable. This is a guy who I don't even think would be talking about nowadays if it wasn't for those goals against Barcelona, the goal in the Champions League final. That has cemented Divock Origi's legacy in English football. But on FM16, he's still in the Belgium squad, he's leading the line, he's played 50 times for his country, 14 goals, but more importantly than that, he's playing for Real Madrid. How on earth? Denmark, Victor Fischer. On FM16, he's one of Denmark's top players, despite not really doing it at club level. He's at Lyon, where he joined for £8 million in 2015, might have been 2016. He scored a few goals from midfield, nothing amazing really, but this is a guy who was tipped to be something special back in the day. I remember even when he signed for Middlesbrough when they were in the Premier League, it seemed like a great piece of business, and he just hasn't lived up to the hype. Many players have come through Ajax. I mean, he didn't actually come through Ajax, he did play there for a while, but a lot of players have come through that club and you think they are going to be absolute stars, and more often than not, a fair few haven't lived up to the hype, and Victor Fischer is one of them. In 2018 he went to the World Cup with Denmark. In 2021, he isn't even in the squad, but he is on FM16, so at least he's got that going for him, eh? Russia, Alexander Kokorin. In the 2021 Russia squad for the Euros, Alexander Kokorin isn't there. He hasn't played for his country in years. He'd missed the 2018 World Cup due to injury. But on FM16, he is still leading the line for Russia at the age of 30. 31 goals and 82 appearances. Not bad really for international football. At club level, not too bad either. He's kind of averaging just shy of a goal every other game. Is this guy actually any good? I always think about signing him in the years gone by on FIFA and Football Manager because he's always on the transfer list and you just think, surely he can't be that bad, but I've never taken the risk. If you've ever had him on Football Manager in years gone by, let me know, was he any good or not? Finland, right, I don't really know who to pick about Finland. Sorry to all you Finland fans out there, but I'll be honest, I don't know a lot about Finnish football. Heretski, the keeper, however you pronounce that, he's still in the squad. Sparv, the captain. Poimpalo, the guy who scored against Denmark, he's there. O'Shaughnessy with a very unfinished sounding name. Glenn Kamara, he's there. I don't know who out of these players is strange. I'll tell you what is strange. There's no Anthony Nemi. Holland, Luke Castaños. This is a player from years gone by who I used to always sign on FIFA. I used to always sign on Football Manager. Maybe he's on 2014 games. And he would always score goals. He was guaranteed a bag. Yeah, he's a man who just hasn't lived up to the hype. On this simulation, I mean, his average ratings are okay, but he's now special. The number 10 for Holland, 17 caps, only 1 goal. Playing for PSV, and he's wanted by Bournemouth. A team who, on this simulation, they're still in the Premier League. That's not too bad. But in reality, Castaños hasn't lived up to the hype at all, and he's currently playing for OFI in Crete, which is nice. I suppose it's probably better than playing for Bournemouth. I think I'd rather be in Crete than Bournemouth. Sorry to all you Bournemouth haters out there. Ukraine, Tyson. Okay, so Shakhtar Donetsk, they've got a habit of signing Brazilian players. They've had Fernandinho, they've had Marlos, they've had various players in years gone by. On this simulation, they've got Kennedy, Wellington Nem, Tales, Tyson, and Tyson is the man we're going to talk about. He went to the World Cup in 2018 with Brazil, yet on FM16 he spent so long in Ukraine without actually playing for Brazil. He's playing for Ukraine, 13 caps to his name, on the left wing at 33 years old. I mean, he started the simulation quite good and it's all went a little bit to pot for him. Never mind though. Tyson, it was always quite a good name, wasn't it? I think it might have just been because they sound like Mike Tyson. Never really landed that knockout blow though, did he? North Macedonia. Right, let's look at this national team. There are 7 players in the Macedonia team. I don't know any of them. That's strange in itself. There's no Goran Pandev, that's it. Let's move on from Macedonia because we've got nothing to talk about here. They've only got 7 pissing players. Austria, Valentino Lazaro. Right, there is nothing strange about Valentino Lazaro being in the Austria squad. He's in it in reality. He's a decent little footballer. He was alright at Newcastle when he was on loan there last season. But the strange thing is the role he's playing. He's playing in centre midfield for Austria. He's playing in there alongside Zlatko Junuzovic. Meanwhile, they've got David Alaba playing left back. I know David Alaba can play left back, he can play centre back. The guy can play all over. Surely Conrad Lima's sitting there on the bench. Yet somehow they've got Valentino Lazaro playing in the middle of the park. Like I say, he's a good player, but my word, he is not a centre midfielder at all. England, Brandon Barker. Right, on FM16 with England, Brandon Barker is in the squad. He's valued at £25 million, and I've got no idea why. He didn't make a single appearance at Man City. He had a spell in the Championship with Fulham on loan, a spell on loan in the Premier League with QPR. Released in 2020, he's joined Southampton, he scored 5 goals, average rating is absolutely appalling, yet somehow he's in the England squad. He's got 1 cap, which is more than he's got in reality. In reality, Brandon Barker is currently at Rangers. A few years ago, if you'd asked me where I thought Brandon Barker would be, I'd have thought he'd been a Man City regular. I remember watching a Man City youth game on, can't remember what it was on, might have been on like ITV4 or something. It was a youth game against Chelsea. Might have been like an FA Youth Cup final or whatever. And Brandon Barker was absolutely exceptional. I remember Angelino was playing Maffio, they were the two fullbacks. I can't remember if Phil Foden or Sancho were involved. There were some big names for Chelsea, the likes of Solanke and whatnot, Izzy Brown. But Brandon Barker was the best player on the pitch. Yet in 2021, it just hasn't happened for him. But at least FM16 have given him an international debut, which came against France in 2021. Croatia, Ante Koric. This guy's a man that FM fans will know well. In this era of the game, he was tipped to be an absolute star. That's why Roma signed him a few years ago. Interestingly, that's exactly where he still is, even though he just hasn't made the grade in Rome. He's been spending his days out on loan, but on FM16 he's valued at £37.5 million and playing for Benfica. I mean, look at those numbers he's been getting in Portugal. He's been absolutely exceptional. He's a star for Croatia, 52 caps, 20 goals. In reality, he is nowhere near the Croatia national team. Ante Koric hasn't lived up to the hype. If you're an Ante Koric fan, don't bother playing FM21, just stick with FM15, 16, maybe 17 at a push, but not the new games. It just hasn't happened for him. Scotland, Che Adams. He was a late call up to the squad before this summer's Euros. I mean, he's not really Scottish, is he? Yet somehow FM16 have got him playing for Scotland as well. Just like in reality, Che Adams has defected and he's playing for the Tartan Army. In fact, he's doing alright. He's got 2 goals and 3 appearances. I mean, I know there's nothing strange about a player on FM16 being in a squad that he's actually in reality. I just can't believe they've managed to predict that. That's quite impressive. Well done, FM16. Pat yourselves on the back, lads. Czech Republic, Petr Cech. Yes, at the age of 39, Petr Cech is still playing football in the summer of 2021, but he's set to retire in a few days' time. He's the Napoli goalkeeper on this simulation. He left Chelsea, joined Arsenal in 2015, as we know. He's still been absolutely amazing. The last time we saw Petr Cech, he was trying to fight off the fans, telling them to calm down during the whole European Super League debacle. He was even in the Chelsea squad just to make the numbers up, just in case of COVID and they ran out of goalkeepers. Yet FM16 have had his career carrying on until the summer of 2021, where he is still the Czech Republic #1. Perhaps if he played the other night, he could have kept Raheem Sterling out. Come on, England. Spain, Cookie. That's right, the Spanish have got a packet of Maryland cookies leading the line. 23-year-old Cookie, an attacking midfielder, a striker, valued at £27 million, playing for Arsenal. He's wanted by Lyon, and this guy, he's not half bad at all. Let's have a little look at his history. £25 million signed for Arsenal from Malaga. He was good at Malaga, well, he was alright. Actually, he's not that good at all. And that's kind of the way Cookie's career has actually gone in reality. He was linked with big clubs back in the day. He was linked with Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea. Yet in reality, his career has just amounted to absolutely nothing. The poor bloke. I don't think he's actually Spanish. I'm sure he was born in Uruguay. Yeah, he was born in Montevideo. He's not even Spanish. But while FM16 thought he was going to be something of a kind of a goal machine for Spain, in reality, it just hasn't worked out for Cookie. I think he's still playing in Spain, but he's nowhere near the top flight. Sweden, David Moberg Karlsson. This is a name for the Sunderland fans out there, a man who was part of that crazy recruitment drive by Paolo Di Canio. They signed about 10 or 15 players that summer, the likes of Moberg Karlsson, there was Cabral, El Hadji Bar, there was loads and loads of just random players arriving at the Stadium of Light, and pretty much they all were absolutely crap. And one of them was David Moberg Karlsson, a man who on this simulation has had one good season in his career playing in Denmark. He's played in Germany now for Freiburg. He's in the Swedish national team, which is more than you can say about him in reality. Poland, Bartosz Kapustka. This guy made a name for himself at Euro 2016 when he emerged onto the scene. He got himself a move to Leicester, looked like an astute signing, and honestly, I genuinely don't think I've ever seen him play for the Foxes. Did this guy actually happen? Is he real? Was Euro 2016 just a figment of my imagination? Do I even remember this guy doing anything good? On FM16, apparently still a Polish regular, played 38 times, got himself 9 goals. In reality, where is he? Well, he's playing for Legia Warsaw in Bulgaria, but seriously, where is he? Did that happen? Did he play for Leicester? I just don't understand it. It's almost as if it just... Oh, I'm so confused by this guy. I thought he was going to be really good. And it just, no. Well, maybe he is good, maybe it's just Leicester didn't want to play him. I mean, he probably isn't good if he's now playing in Bulgaria, but... Oh dear, well either way, he's in the Poland squad on FM16, so that's nice for him at least. Slovakia, Albert Ruznak. Right, there's nothing massively strange about this guy. He's not in the Slovakia squad in reality. Might be because of injury, might be just because he hasn't been selected, I'm not sure. The only reason I find him strange is that he's one of my coaches. I think he's either a coach or like head of science or a physio or something on my FM15 career in the summer of 2049. That's literally it. That's the only reason I find him strange. So we'll just move on. It's strange to me, okay? Get off my back. Germany, right, there's no one strange in the Germany team because I haven't sorted the licensing thing out, so none of them are real. So we'll just move on, eh? Hungary, Tamás Priskin. He's 34 years old, he's played 54 times for Hungary, 16 goals on FM16. Seriously, I thought this guy retired like yonks ago. Like, was he not playing in like 2005 or something? I feel like he's older than 34. I don't know if I'm getting him confused with someone else. But I can't believe Tamás Priskin's still going in 2021. His numbers are alright, you know. Double figures in every season bar one. Well done you, Thomas. I slagged you off for no reason, but I'm sure 2006 there, he was playing for Watford. I was close. God, he's been around forever. I'm surprised he's not in the squad with Zol Anguira. Francis Coquelin. How on earth is Francis Coquelin a French international? 15 caps he's got on FM16. Think of all the depth that France have got in reality. Yet on FM16, they've got this guy in the middle of the park. He's been rubbish for Arsenal. He was rubbish for Arsenal when he actually played for them. He's a player I never really liked. Never really understood the hype about him. Yet on FM16, he is a French international. This is a team that've got Paul Pogba. I mean, let's have a look at the French midfield on this game. They've got Kondogbia, Paul Pogba, Kingsley Coman's playing in centre midfield for some reason. They've got Rabiot, they've got... who else we got? Tolisso. Incredible players. And Francis Coquelin. Absolutely disgraceful, France. It's no wonder you're the 10th best team in the world. And finally Portugal, Mika. Yes, the pop sensation who brought us love today, brought us Grace Kelly. He is the man in goal for Portugal in 2021. What a strange selection for a goalkeeper. No, hang on, my mistake. It's actually the guy who was on loan at Sunderland and never actually played for them. How embarrassing. Then again, if he was so bad that he couldn't play for Sunderland, surely Mika the singer would have been a better appointment for Portugal. We will leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Elecspo. And until next time, we will see you around.